ketchup? Ketchup. Oh, ketchup. What is ketchup? Ketchup has been around for a very long time, probably longer than you. Ever since the 1770s, they have been using mushrooms instead of tomatoes for ketchup. It was called mushroom catsup or mushroom ketchup, either one, I don't know. Here's a picture that I found on Wikipedia of mushroom ketchup that makes me want to vomit. This looks like poop. This is straight poop. Tomato ketchup came around about 50 years later, give or take, and the original recipe called for anchovies and cochineal. What's cochineal? It's a bug. It's a freaking bug, dude. We're not going to be doing the original recipe, probably because I don't want to eat bugs yet. But we will be trying out 7 different ketchup recipes, 5 of which we will be making ourselves, from recipes that I found from various other YouTube videos on how to make ketchup properly. The first 2 are coming directly from a bottle of Heinz ketchup and a bottle of Hunt's ketchup, and these 2 ingredients list appears the same, but we'll let our taste buds decide that. And the other 5 ketchup recipes are coming from these 5 videos that I found. So, will they be good? Who will be the ketchup king? Who reigns on top of the ketchup leaderboard? Well, we're finna find out. We're gonna make all these ketchup recipes and then we're gonna rank them from best to worst, or worst to best. I don't know which order I'm putting them in, but they're gonna be in an order. So with that being said, let's get started. The first ketchup I made was by Joshua Weissman, whose fermented ketchup recipe had to sit for at least 2 days, so I had to make this one ahead of time. Now, this recipe calls for tomato paste, water, granulated sugar, apple cider vinegar, salt, and whey. This was by far the scariest ketchup that I made because I've never fermented anything before, and I didn't want the fermentation to go bad and end up killing me when I tried it, or had the jar, blow up on me when I was letting it ferment. Now, yes, I know I could have bought an airlock for the mason jar, but I'm only gonna do this like one time. I wasn't fixing to buy an entire mason jar airlock, waste my money on that, just to never use it again. So I just ended up kind of slightly screwing the lid closed, but loose. There was still room for the gas to get out. So it was either going to kill me or still explode. I was scared of it. And I guess I also never really smelled tomato paste before or really tried it straight up because this shit was foul. I also found out how inconvenient and difficult it was making the ketchup in this office here, so we're going to my kitchen for the others, or I don't expect to be back here. Now, you may be asking, where did I get the whey from? Well, luckily for me, I forced Haley to make some cream cheese with the leftover milk that we had. She had a solid amount of whey for me to create this stuff, so let's say thank you, Haley.
Thank you, Haley.
Then basically all you do is mix up all the ingredients and put it in a jar, and there it was, ready to turn into fermented ketchup or explode. Either way, it was time to wait. Today is Saturday, which means it is time to check on the fermented ketchup and pass it through a sieve, which was awful. I wish that I didn't do that because not only was it difficult, but somehow I lost about half of my ketchup in the process. How does that make sense? I don't know. I lost half the ketchup. I don't even think it really made that big of a difference texture-wise either. But then again, I don't have this thing that Joshua has, and I wasn't fixing to buy that either. If I wasn't buying an airlock, I wasn't buying this thing, whatever this thing is called. And just like that, ketchup number 1 is here. The next ketchup concoction is from a YouTuber going by In the Kitchen with Matt, whose recipe calls for the following. What the fuck? What the fuck? Hang on. Tomato paste, onion powder, garlic powder, salt, water, white distilled vinegar, and corn syrup. And now this recipe is pretty similar to the ketchup that you would buy from the store, and it even includes the worst cooking ingredient ever invented: corn syrup. This recipe was the one that let me know this was going to be a very extremely messy process, so much so that Baby Key decided to watch me very closely, probably to report to Haley of how much of a mess I've been making. In fact, during the process of cooking, I heard something in the other room fall down, and then I saw both my cats run away like the suspicious little cretins they are. I've lost all trust for my stupid, fat cat.
Electronic surveillance.
And now cooking with any type of tomato-based product has got to be the most annoying thing in the world purely for how much of a messy process this is. And a mess it did create. I triple dog dare you to cook with any sort of tomato-based sauce and let me know how well your stovetop fares. I guarantee it's going to be covered in a layer of charcoal by the time you're done with it. Anyways, this ketchup's done, and just like the last one, it smells very weird. I don't know, just tomato paste just smells so odd. Maybe that's just me, but from now on, I'm smelling my ketchups. Ketchup number 3 comes from How to Cook Smarter with his sugar-free ketchup. Now this one I was most excited for because of its sugar-free nature and the fact that this one doesn't call for any sort of tomato paste. Now this recipe calls for fresh tomatoes, water, onion, apple cider vinegar, and apple, mustard, salt, and tomato paste. Damn, I guess I'm a fucking liar, huh? Now yes, I'll admit seeing the combination of tomato, onion, and apple was pretty jarring, but let me tell you, when this started cooking, it was one of the best things that I have ever smelled in my entire life. No cap. Hey, by the way, how long do we have to cook this for?
You actually don't need a lot of time. I just cover and cook at low temperature for about 40 minutes.
You're killing me. You're killing me, man. So after cooking all this mess, I blended up the mixture as best I could, and yes, I had to run it through the sieve again. Who would have guessed? After that, it's as simple as adding the rest of the ingredients in and mixing it up. Turns out ketchup is pretty easy once you get, kind of the basics down. It's all pretty similar. And now this ketchup was done. It's a lot more orange than the other ketchups, but maybe it's only my American brain telling me, hey, that's not toxic looking enough, so you probably won't enjoy it. The 4th ketchup recipe comes from the only legitimate hack channel on YouTube, Dave Hacks. Look, see, he's making a mess just like me. You can't avoid it. Yeah, it's inevitable. Now, his wonderful recipe calls for tomato paste, brown sugar, white vinegar, onion, water, mustard, ground cloves, ground cinnamon, and salt. Pretty simple. I was actually also looking forward to doing this recipe because Haley gave me the bright idea of using the mortar and pestle that we bought forever ago and never used to ground up the whole cloves that we had instead of buying ground cloves like a loser and spending more money. Because a little bit of elbow grease never hurt nobody. I've never ground up any seasonings like this, but it was actually not that bad. Of course, I didn't get everything ground up, but I got the chance to show off my incredible ability to vibrate my arms. How many times have I washed the sieve? Too many. Now this recipe was pretty easy, but it's nothing compared to the last one, which is arguably the simplest recipe of the bunch. This one comes from Crouton Cracker Jack's video from 13 years ago. Look at that, it's in 480p. That's the highest you can go. Classic. Now his recipe calls for tomato paste, water, white vinegar, onion powder, brown sugar, ground yellow mustard powder, cinnamon, salt, ground clove, and ground allspice. Now you may have noticed that there's a lot of similarities to all these recipes. Like there's a formula to making these ketchup recipes. So you may be thinking, why not just mix all of these ingredients together to make one super awesome, mega flavorful ketchup? Well, apparently that'll turn it into a barbecue sauce. I learned this from the How to Cook Smarter sugar-free ketchup video, and it absolutely blew my mind. I ended up looking it up, and yeah, barbecue sauce sometimes has a tomato ketchup base to it. I never knew what barbecue sauce actually was, but I never thought, I never even wanted to think for a second like, oh yeah, that's ketchup. Of course, I could taste ketchup in that. Never thought of it. And I don't want to see any comments saying, oh, you didn't know that, you didn't know that. Shut your flippin' mouth and watch me mix up these ingredients together. Anyone care for some hot chocolate? It has onion powder in it, and I know it's your favorite. So that's all of our crazy ketchup concoctions created. So now all that's left to do is try them. Excuse me while I go get a table. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have our ketchups situated here. I already forgot which numbers were which, so we'll have to see. We'll have to find out, kind of blind. I sort of remember which ones are which, but just to be safe, we're going to mix them around, and then we're gonna pick one at a time. We're gonna see. Starting with number 1. Oh, this is the fermented one. Yep, no, I recognize that smell anywhere. I think I'm gonna need a drink for this. I went to McDonald's and I got a whole drink. Just let me go over here and get it. There we go, a palate cleanser. Time to grab our French fry and go to town. Hopefully this is going to be good. Pretty good consistency already. Like that dipping that's a pretty good dip. I like that a lot. Fine, do it. It's not as offensive as I thought. It's kind of a little bland, if I'm being honest. Like there's a slight tingle from the start, but then it just kind of mellows out really hard. It goes from that nice kind of like a decent tingle, not an offensive tingle, and then it just goes straight to just tomato. It's almost like just a basic bland tomato ketchup. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. It's just kind of, I expected a lot more, especially just with hearing so much about fermenting all this stuff. You know, maybe I did it wrong. Maybe I should have used something like sauerkraut juice or something like that, because it's inoffensive. It kind of gives you a little surprise, kind of tickles your hairs a little bit, and then it just goes away. It's like a tease. Like you want something more, but you're not receiving it. The texture on this one was a bit odd. It almost seemed kind of like granular but mushy, but it was kind of in between. You know, there was texture to it. It wasn't 100% smooth, but it wasn't super textury either. I don't know. It has a weird place in the middle. Since we don't have anything ranked right now, this will just have to go right here, right in the middle. Number 6. I think this is one of the store-bought ketchups. I don't remember which one. This one smells a lot more vinegary, a lot more vinegary, a lot more pickly. I appreciate this, but I kind of already know just how perfect this looks in the jar, that this is a store-bought one. I couldn't do something this perfect. I just don't remember which one it was. Was this the Heinz or the Hunts? The Cunts. Not good coverage. Not very good coverage at all. I can see right through the tomato ketchup and onto the fry. It's almost like a transparent film. Yeah, this one has a lot more tang to it, but this one also just mellows out. Has ketchup always just mellowed out like this and I just didn't notice it? That one was a little bit different. That one, ooh, it kind of went down my throat a little bad there. I can't really taste the tomato that much from this one, so this one's a lot more tang, like, yeah. Do I like this one better than the fermented one, though? I would have to say yeah. Unfortunately, I'd have to put the store-bought ketchup in front of the fermented ketchup. All right, number 5. I don't remember what this one was. The first thing I noticed, there's some black stuff in this. I don't know what I did to put black stuff. Maybe this is the cloves. I put powder in there. I ground those cloves pretty well, unless I didn't. This one definitely smells. This one definitely smells. I can definitely smell the cloves in it. This one definitely smells a little bit more watery than the others. I'm noticing this one definitely smells. Yeah, see, that's what I want from my ketchup. I want a good clump of ketchup. This is just one dip, then this is much better. This is much better than that weird coating that I got. So this is almost like marinara sauce that you get from those, mozzarella sticks at Olive Garden or something like that. That's what this reminds me of. Oh. You can definitely taste the cloves in this one. This one was a lot more seasoned, not as tangy, not as salty neither. This one was just a more seasoned ketchup, almost like this is what I would expect fancy ketchup to be like. With fries, I don't think this goes as good because you expect a tang with the saltiness of the fries. That's what I think, at least. That's what I expect. But in its proper place, I think this one would be really good. What? Yeah, this is very mild. Very mild taste. Like I said, it's like fancy ketchup. It's not bad at all. It's actually pretty good. Now, where would I put this in the scales right now? I'd have to put this at right in the middle. Which way are we going? So yeah, this one's definitely in the middle right now. This is definitely taking second place for me. That's pretty good. It's definitely better than the fermented ketchup right now. Store-bought ketchup is still getting there just because I really like a tangy ketchup. All right, number 4. Oh, this one has black stuff in it too. What is this black stuff? Is this cloves? What is this? Yeah, this one kind of has the same thing that 5 just had. It's very overwhelmingly not overwhelming, but like you can definitely smell the cloves in this. It really takes a front stage. Oh, this one's much thicker. That one was much thicker. I had to force my fry in there a little bit more. This is 100% a pizza sauce. This is 100% a pizza sauce. This would be a great pizza sauce, but ketchup, no way. Yeah, no, 100% a pizza sauce. That one is 100% a pizza sauce. What number is this? Here's the thing. Whenever I was deployed to Romania back in 2018, I went to a bar down the street of where I was staying, and they served us pizza, and they replaced the regular pizza sauce with ketchup. And it worked out really good. It was surprisingly very good. If you never tried ketchup pizza, try it out. It's actually pretty good. It's different, but it's good. This doesn't taste like that. If we were rating pizza sauces, I would put this pretty high up. And this almost has the texture of a pizza sauce too, now that I'm looking at it. But we are ranking it as a ketchup, not a pizza sauce. This didn't live up to the ketchup expectation. Therefore, I have to put number 4 in last place, behind the fermented ketchup. All right, number 3. I know this one is the zero sugar ketchup. It's very orange. Decent enough coating. Doesn't look pleasant. It almost looks like I'm dipping my fries in a peach sauce. That's interesting. Wow, that's unreal. That's really good. It doesn't taste like, it tastes like ketchup, but there's something different. This one has a lot more complex flavors in it than these other ones. Like, there's not a lot of tang in it. I know I was just talking about how much I like tang, but the other flavors come through quite a bit and actually make this really good. You know, I take that back. There is a little bit of a tang, but it's a small amount that carries through the entire tasting experience. This one's really good. Yeah, all day, all day. Very pleasantly surprised with this one. This one, easy top place right now. For something that doesn't look as toxic as normal ketchup, and for being sugar-free, like the only sweetness is coming from an apple that I put in there. Wow, no, definitely first place. I should have known when I was cooking this and smelling the tomato, apple, onion concoction and how good that smelled. I should have known this one would be pretty high up so far. That was phenomenal. Number 7, this is another store-bought one. I don't remember which one though. This one doesn't smell as tangy as the other store-bought one, so I'll be interested if I taste any any difference. This one has the same coating issue as a store-bought one. It's not really coating it. It's like it is, but it's a film. It's just a translucent film that goes on it. This one is definitely not as tangy as the other store-bought one. This one is more sweet, which is kind of interesting because all of their other flavors are the exact same. Unless the natural flavors is different, I guess. I don't know. I don't remember what did number 5 taste like? I need to try that one again. Hold on. Weirdly enough, these two taste pretty similar, but this one has a much stronger flavor. I don't remember what this one was. Number 5? I don't remember what that one was. I have to put this one in between here. This one has to go at number 4. All right, we have one more. I remember I put this one in there hot. It's kind of condensate on the side. I really hope that doesn't mess up any of the tasting that I'm about to do. Oh, this one This one smells like a gym locker room. Whew. I don't know. We'll try it. Now that's a solid ketchup coating. This is probably the best ketchup coating that I have had with all these. It's smooth, but it's not this translucent film. It's just nice, smooth, solid ketchup. This one unironically might be the best fry type of ketchup. Now, don't get me wrong. You can definitely taste the sweaty gym sock in the back of your throat, but it's not bad. I think I like sweaty gym sock in my throat. Yeah, that's pretty good. Do I put it in front of the top place, though? That's the real question. I don't know. Let's see. Man, there's something about that one. Oh, both of these are really hard, considering that this one tastes more like traditional ketchup. Like this one is like the go-to. Yep, this is ketchup all the way. I think I have to put this one first, honestly. Now, let me explain why. It's because this is fantastic. This is awesome, right? But whenever you try this, your first thought is not ketchup. Like, it does taste like a ketchup, but if you could easily tell people this was something else entirely. I know I was just capping on the pizza sauce one, I know, but this one I think would be good for maybe a meatloaf or something like that. This one is just your standard, ordinary, like, I'm gonna have it with some fries, I'm gonna have it with a sandwich kind of ketchup. This one's more well-rounded. This one is more for specific use cases. Like, I can eat this with French fries, but if I had to pick, which I'm eating fries. If I had to pick which one would I eat fries with more, number 2. So these are our rankings: 2, 3, 6, 5, 7, 1, and number 4. I don't remember which ones are which anymore. I have to see which recipe was. Which. I really don't remember. But one thing that I will try is I'm gonna try the best one and then the worst one, and then see what I think about them. First one, solid. Solid. Man, my heart got ripped out by that fucking pizza sauce, dude. Ugh. It's not bad, but it's pizza sauce. I'm not eating fries with pizza sauce. What are you, nuts? Yeah, these deserve their places. So is making your own ketchup actually worth it? Well, you have a store-bought ketchup in number 3, in my opinion. There's 2 more ahead of it that are fantastic. If you want kind of a fancy ketchup, go for the sugar-free one. If you want just an everyday, this is your kind of ketchup, go for number 2, whichever one it is. I really don't remember. Is this the one with corn syrup in it? If it is, I'm gonna be so mad, dude. I'm gonna be so mad. Assuming that this one is the corn syrup one, you have one that's right behind it that isn't corn syrup, and one that's after it that is 100% non-corn syrup and sugar-free. It gets the sugar from the apples, but whatever, you know what it means. The fermented one I'm very disappointed about. I was expecting to be absolutely blown away by it, but I wasn't. I thought it was pretty mid. Unless I did something wrong, maybe I'll try this again with sauerkraut juice instead, but if it's gonna taste like this the whole time, I don't know, that's kind of... This store-bought ketchup, whatever it is, I'm quite surprised that it was as bad as it was. And this one, I don't know what number 4 was doing. That's pizza marinara sauce. That's pizza sauce. Whoever you are, that's pizza sauce. So yeah, I'm very surprised about that. Try it out. You know, maybe your opinions are different. Try out multiple ketchup recipes. Try out your own even. Mix and match some, and don't make barbecue sauce. But this is my rankings, and what I say is law. Anyways, fellas, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did and you want to see more cooking shenanigans like this one, then leave a like, consider subscribing, and as always, I will see you guys in the next adventure. Bye!